All right, guys. So it's been a hot minute. I took about almost a week off just to kind of reset. A lot of garbage in the news. Had to clear my head. But just before I did, I came across this video from ABC, or I guess a story. And it was about San Francisco and all the shoplifting that's happening, and like how Walgreens and a few other places are starting to close down. Well, CNN decided to do their own story on this, and I thought we'd take a look at this together and see kind of how comical and quite frankly, how sad the state of San Francisco and a lot of other places like Chicago and Portland and all those other places. So without further ado, let's get into this.
San Francisco businesses fed up with crime. One sandwich shop owner is calling for action after he says he was attacked outside his store. He says he yelled at a man to stop urinating on his trash can and then was sucker punched. His Instagram post about the incident has now gone viral.
I'm fed up with this goddamn city. It's like, I can't just be outside and just running a business without getting punched in the goddamn face. It shouldn't be this way at all. Like, this isn't how our city should be.
No, and he's got a point. That's not how your city should be. However, when they decide to say, oh, people are allowed to steal up to $900 worth of things without being punished, and you just see videos of everyone looting and robbing and just getting away scot-free, and then the homelessness or unhousedness, whatever you want to call it, and the drugs and everything just snowballing and them doing nothing about it, well, then this is kind of what you get.
It's not clear what was said before the altercation or whether there's even video of it, but San Francisco police have said they are investigating. It comes as some stores are locking up everything from coffee to frozen food to try to combat theft. Our Kyung Law visited one Walgreens that's hit by shoplifters more than a dozen times a day. It happened 3 times while she was inside.
Richie Greenberg walked into a San Francisco Walgreens when he saw in the frozen food section this.
Chains, heavy chains that went from padlock to padlock on both sides of the doors, and this was bizarre, something I'd never seen before.
Now, how welcoming do you think this is? You going into the Walgreens or wherever you're going, and you see padlocks and chains strung across all the frozen food sections. As you'll see later on, there's plexiglass and locks, literally everything. And this actually was the original video that I mentioned from ABC that I saw, and I'll just play that one quickly so you can hear what some of the thieves are saying. And again, they catch him on tape here.
It didn't take long. Within the first hour of being at Walgreens on Geary Boulevard and 17th Avenue in San Francisco, we witnessed multiple shoplifters. One of them even took the time to explain why he simply didn't pay. Off camera, a Walgreens employee told me,
"It's San Francisco, bro." That's all he has to say. And again, wearing a mask, technically he doesn't even need to wear the mask because who cares, right? He's going to get away with it no matter what. But just having that mentality, it's San Francisco, bro. Who cares if I steal?
they're hit anywhere between 15 to 20 times a day. Out of frustration,
Think about that. 15 to 20 times a day. That's nuts.
a week and a half ago, they decided to chain up their freezer section. This is one of the hardest hit areas in their store. Now, when you want something, you have to press this button. A message goes off on the overhead speaker, and an employee comes to unlock the freezer. According to the employee we spoke
Oh my gosh, that's so wild. But like I said, let's get back to the CNN coverage of this.
This is just more icing on the cake, telling us that rampant crime has become a regular part of life.
So typical that in the 30 minutes we were at this Walgreens, we watched 3 people, including this man.
All right, just take a look at this, right? Look right here in his hands. He's got food in here. Another thing in his other hand. He's got 2 items here. He's got something else. You can kind of see like cookies in his or Oreos or something in
We
his
watched
jacket.
3 people, including this man, steal.
Did that guy pay? Did that guy pay? He didn't pay.
Walgreens says this Richmond neighborhood store with aisles of products like mustard locked behind plexiglass has the highest theft rate of all their nearly 9,000 U.S. stores, hit more than a dozen times a day. When thieves turned to cleaning out ice cream and frozen burritos, workers grew so frustrated they resorted to the chains. They were ordered down by corporate because of the negative messaging. But
So then you have corporate telling the employees to take down the chains because they're trying to be proactive so things aren't stolen from the store. Yet corporate says it doesn't look good, so take down the chains and let us continue losing products because that's the better solution. Now, if these employees were to step in and try to stop these guys, they would lose their job for getting in the way and interfering because the policy is to just let it happen. Yet, when Walgreens and Walmart and all these other stores start losing too much product and not making enough revenue, then they have to shut down and these employees end up losing their jobs anyways. So it's like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, because either way, you're pretty much going to lose your job.
Walgreens isn't the only retailer impacted in San Francisco.
You have to ask an employee for help.
At this store, frozen food is controlled with a cable lock. Fake eyelashes locked behind plexiglass, along with lotion and nail polish. At another grocery store, $14 bags of coffee.
Like you literally need permission to go shopping. Like you need to have an employee following you, basically unlocking everything for you. And this would have to be for like every single customer. It's crazy. Mustard, eyelashes, nail polish, coffee, all the frozen food section. Everything's under lock and key. So essentially, you're going to have these employees on, they're on on-call duty basically at this point. Like, this is crazy.
Under lock and key.
What is this?
I don't know. I don't understand why coffee.
Oh, here she is.
But
Oh.
it's become kind of like a police state.
But again, the flag's very important, showing your pride for San Francisco. That's important, showing how woke you are in the store. Look how many flags they got here.
In San Francisco.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rainbow flags all here. Yet I bet you, if you ask the people of San Francisco whether they care about the flags being displayed versus their store being back to running normally without this lock and key, aka police state, as this gentleman said, they'd probably go back, say they'd want to go back to where there wasn't all this looting, robbing. They had the ability to exercise normal functions of life, like going shopping on your own accord without having to have employees following you to unlock everything.
I don't know how to describe it.
It's not part of city life. It's not part of the way people should be living, right? And that includes folks who are committing the crimes.
Marjan Philauer, mom of 3, small business and community advocate, says these visible problems in her city are leading to renewed activism driven by residents, like the recall of the city's district attorney last year.
I think what we've seen, especially in the past couple of years, is less tolerance, more exasperation, and more movement to action by everyday San Franciscans to change how their city is run. It's not enough right now, but there is a change, and I think ultimately we will get there.
San Francisco City Supervisor Matt Dorsey.
But isn't it kind of sad that you had to get to this point to realize that you shouldn't be at this point? Like, this isn't how a normal society should be run. You shouldn't just be having, no laws, people just doing whatever they want, and it taking forever for anyone to get actually punished for doing this. Like, this was never okay until you guys decided to be lenient on things.
Former police spokesman and recovering drug addict sees the rampant shoplifting as a systemic problem, from city leaders to an understaffed police force to the fentanyl crisis.
When you're seeing that level of retail theft, that tends to be subsistence level retail theft.
People who are hungry.
People are hungry. There is a level of addiction playing out in many parts of our city. It's happening at levels we really haven't seen in San Francisco. What I'm hearing from my residents and what I'm hearing from San Franciscans is it's time for tough love. We are not doing
no duh
in this city favors.
No duh.
By enabling behavior that is potentially deadly in ways we have never seen.
Now, in a statement to CNN, Walgreens says it is focused on safety and preventative measures, but that retail theft remains one of its top challenges. Here's some important context, though, on the city, Aaron. Property crime and violent crime at the end of last year was actually lower than it was before the pandemic. So what's going on here? Low-level drug use as well as this sort of retail theft may be considered lower-level crimes, but they're uniformly and widely felt by so many.
Of course, it affects more than just the store owners or the businesses, because there's a trickle-down effect. You allow these people to continuously keep stealing, keep ruining this business. They don't get profit. They don't get any revenue. They now have to shut. They now leave the city. You no longer have that resource for shopping. And a prime example of that is the Walmarts that closed in Chicago and Portland. Here you have these people talking about how could Walmart do this to us? Well, let's take a look.
This is our closest Walmart in our area. This is the only big shopping center that we have, and for a lot of elderly people, they rely on this Walmart. A lot of single mothers like me, we rely on this Walmart.
Brianna Jackson is disappointed by this decision, calling the move selfish by the corporate giant.
Walmart could have did better. Y'all didn't close one but 4 stores in majority urban neighborhoods.
This location on 80.
And I wonder why, when you have videos like this that are coming out and talking about what's happening inside the Walmarts. Like, why would Walmart want to be dealing with this if this is what's going to be happening to their stores in these communities, where people just trash it, loot it, and then it's like, what, Walmart's just supposed to use all their big money to restock and allow this to happen again and then lose again hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars? Then you have here Portland, Oregon, right?
Hearing Walmart is pulling out of his neighborhood a few blocks away isn't a shock to him.
It hurts his community right here when they leave. A lot of people depended on that story.
He blames Walmart's exit on the out-of-control crime in the area. He says he's watched businesses close and friends leave Southeast 82nd Avenue for similar reasons.
I have a lot of friends. I've had friends I deal with before. They said, no, we're leaving Portland. They've left. You know, and that's what Walmart, they left.
The Eastport Plaza sits in the Lentz neighborhood, and according to Portland Police crime data, between January 2022 and 2023, there were 147 burglaries, 634 personal property thefts, 424 car thefts, 53 robberies, and 3 stolen property offenses. Keep in mind, this is just what's been reported to Portland Police.
So within a year, all of this has happened at the Walmart. And again, as he says, this is just what's been reported. And then it comes to like a surprise to people when these big businesses and even small businesses, as he mentioned, start to leave these towns or these cities because they can't survive. But then these people tout that it's racism, it's this, it's that. It's like, what do you expect? Anyways, love to hear what you guys think about this. As always, leave your comments in the comment section below, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Thanks so much. So if you like that video and you want more content like that, check out this video. And as always, stay subscribed for other videos that I post. Thanks.